Hi everybody, it's Willow. Welcome back to my beautiful bead journey. So, you may recall these. These are affirmation beads that we have made on the channel before. As I've told you before, each one of these small beads is called a breath, and each one of these group of 3 beads is called a chant. So these are for affirmation and for meditation. So with the first one, you take a breath. You breathe in, you breathe out, you call yourself to home, you call yourself to center. Then with each one, you repeat an affirmation like, I am whole, I am well, I am complete. Then you breathe again, and then you continue. By the time you get to the end, you will have done 21 affirmations. Then you can go back to increase it to 42 if you prefer. I like to use mine to help me manifest, so I use them when I meditate. So this is the design I've always made. And I have adapted the design before. Instead of doing 3 breath, 3 breath, I had increased the chants to 7 beads. So there would be 3 sets of 7 and then the breaths in between. I've done that for people who wanted to wear them as a bracelet. Now I'm going to up the design again for a request, and it will go from 21 beads to 27 beads. So this part will have it will have 8 sets of 3 beads. And then on the extension, it will have 3 beads as well. So we're going to see how this is going to go as we create it. Okay, so yeah, what I'll be making them with is I have this beautiful green aventurine stones, and I'm also going to be using hematite. And that's what we're going to be creating it with. So grab your findings, your charms, and your beads, and let's get to creating. Okay, so now we've got this set back up, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do from here. So we are going to, like I said, we've created this style before, and now we're going to do something a little different. I will be using charms of the triple moon, and then also of the tree of life. So let me get my bead wire. Okay, give me a second. This thing is cattywampus. You're just not sure which way this thing's going to go. Uh-oh, what happened here? Okay, it's going to stop there. I'm not going to let this keep. See what I mean? What happened? Yeah. This. Oh no, don't need a knot in it. Let me get that out real fast. Thank you for bearing with me. Like I said, my videos are in real time. For those who watch the whole thing, thank you. For those who click through, thank you. And for those who click off, thank you. That's just all I can say. If you've come to my channel at all, I'm grateful. Honestly. And maybe you can leave something that I can learn, suggestions, tips, or tricks, and maybe I can share something too. So this is the bead wire. These are bead clips that I've gotten from Amazon, and I use this to secure my wire right here. After losing many of beads from not securing it, and I have this backwards. Let me turn that around. That might serve me more. Pull it down. There we go. I think right there is good. So what I'm going to be using, my crimps are 2mm crimps. It fits me for my wire and strings and things I use. I also have larger ones, but This is my go-to. And then I use the clam shell bead cover. When it comes to the jumper rings, it depends on the working that I'm doing that would decide the size I'm working with. And for this one, because it's something that is going to be used, I do think I want to increase. Might need, I think I might need 4. If not, I can always put them back. There we go. So, a friend, a co-creator named Lynn at Creative Chaos Designs asked about my the little crimped beads here and how I run them back through. And I think I'm going to show you how I do that to begin with. So the first thing I do, Lynn, is I hope you can see this. If you have to, zoom in on it. Pinch your screen. If it's on your phone, you'll be able to see it better. But I take and I open up the clamshell and slide it on. And then this is where I take the little crimp bead and put it on there. And so once I have the crimp bead on, I bring it back around my finger. You see how I'm holding the bead right there. I bring it back around my finger and then I take it back through the bead. And then I hold it and I pull this tight. And this is what it forms. And then I take my flat nose pliers and I crimp it. And I crimp it with everything I have. I do not take these and do the how everyone else does. They do this bit and then they turn it sideways because these always break on me. So I don't do it that way. And I learned to do it this way, and that's how I've done it ever since. Then I cut it flush. Then I bring up my crimp cover. Now I don't see how this is laying this way. And then when I bring this up, I don't do that. I turn this perpendicular up and down. Then I bring this over. So part is going to go in the bottom cup of the crimp bead and part's going to go in the other like this. And then I just fold it up around it like that. Now here's what I do. Everyone takes these to do the crimping with, but I don't. I found out on mine, these work perfect for me to seat that. Then if I look and this is not perfectly aligned, it allows me to do so. And that's how I fell in love with these. Now, I've shown you on this piece of, not on my, the wire I'm going to be working with, but I showed you on the ones that my green aventurine beads came on. So now what I need to do is I need to get another. See, I should have got out 3, but I didn't. But hey, like I said, real time, and that's how things happen in real life. Has that been correct? No, it's good. So let's get started. So now I'm going to crimp these. These are just going to have to fall in here because I will be using so many of them. I don't want that flapping around like that. That's just not cool. And then I'm going to take And I'm just going to have to pour a mess of these in here. They're different, and I don't know exactly which ones I'll be using yet. But I'm going to be deciding right now. Now, do I want to add? I do. So hold on. I have some in here. I just need a second to find them, to find exactly which one it is I'm wanting to use. Got them. I think I want to use, I'm going to add these up. Nah, this can be moved. I'm going to add these right here. All right. So now I think we're ready to begin. And I think I want to use these as my breath. There you go. You see those? So I'm going to begin this by first putting on that breath bead. And then this bead. I like that. Then I'm going to put on 3 of these. Now, like I said, this is going to be a totally different design than what I normally make. And oh, I do like the way that hematite's going to work. I honestly do. So let's now, since I'm working, that is what I call a half breath. And now where it's time for a full breath, I will put on one of those first. See, I'm going to have to be careful of what I choose in here. I like these two. So I must decide which one do I have more access to. I think I'm going to have, well, no, I have these two. So I'm just going to have to be careful which ones I pull out. I think I like those. I honestly do. This little cylinder. Okay, now we're going to see how that's a full breath. Now we're going to put on 3 more of these. See if I can get this to lay up here for you. We are going out to dinner tonight. I wanted to stay home and bead. This one did not tumble well. And sometimes you get that. So I will move that aside, not use it if I need not to. Tangerine is for good luck, good fortune, money, job, career. But what a lot of people didn't know is it can welcome you into new opportunities and help you to discern which are the best ones for you and which ones are not, so you don't spend a lot of time and money chasing things down rabbit holes. I literally enjoy working with green aventurine from time to time. Now, do you see what we're doing here? This is going to add more um, length to it, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. We don't want our wire to get kinked. Do not let your wire get kinked. Now let's add 3 more of these. So with my affirmation beads, I love to meditate with them. I love doing morning affirmations with them. I also use them when I just want to sit and think things out or reflect. I also use them when I journal. And yes, I have a few sets, mainly because I keep making them. But they're all of different crystals, and I make them for the different properties of the crystals. This one is a great one to work on the heart chakra and issues of the heart. emotional issues that we have a hard time, you know. Green is healing. Green is growth. And this color of green, the different shades here, is absolutely beautiful. Now we're going on to our next breath. Remember, we are going to be using a total of 27 green beads altogether. I need the cylinders. Are those magnetic? We'll go figure. There's one. Yeah, I'm going to have a mess to clean up when I'm done, but you know what? I'm always a mess, but I'm a beautiful mess. Excuse me, the pollen is still really bad here. And it kills me at times, I'm telling you. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I want to put 7 on here. 7, then 8, 9. Yeah, on the lead. I love these. I love these beads. I love the feel of them. They're so cool to the touch. You know, that's how you can tell the difference between real stone beads and not real stone beads. Real stone beads are going to be so cool to the touch. I mean, cold. And other ones, including glass, shouldn't be. They should be warm to the atmosphere that they are in. Wondering if I need to pour some more. Well, I think I have one here. Maybe. No. Here. Yeah, right there. Should have picked small round ones. But I like these ones. So we'll figure it out. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and 3. This will make number 6. And then now let's add 3 more. Then we'll put another half breath. And that means one of the silver spacers. There we go. And then, so here's the difference. This doesn't run this way. This right here has already completed this. But this isn't where we're stopping. That's the reason why I didn't go ahead and put a crimp on that end. We're going to even these up. Let the beads fall even as such. And now we're going to, now here's the dilemma. I can end this off here. I can end this off here and add that charm. But I don't think I'm going to. I see what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and continue with the 3 beads. I think that's going to give it more strength. Now my wire is doubled as I take it back through the next set of beads. We got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we do. And now we're going to put on 3 here. And then 3 more. And we're going to pull them, and we see, this is what we want. This is not a bracelet. It can be made into one if you wish. Wait a minute, I want to revisit this. 7, and do I want to make 2 here? It would make it this long. I do. This is how I'm going to do this. This is not a bracelet. It's meditation beads. I'm being led another way. Okay, I'm taking these off. This is design in real time, right? Design in real time. Seems to be. So now I'm going to add these 3 on. Now I'm going to put a half breath. So there's 8 that's going to be on the hoop after all. Okay, I need another half breath. There's a 1 here, right there. And then I will be adding only 3 this time. Because it cannot pass 27. Meditation beads either have 21 or 27. I like that better. And now I'm going to put on another half breath. It's still, even though it's called a half breath in the creating, it is still a full breath when meditating. It's your beginning breath and your ending breath. Here. Yes, you have to fit both of them through. And you want to pull that taunt. That works. That works. And now we're going to put on, this is where it's going to become this is where it's going to become a little bitty tough. But we can do it. Let's put both of those in through, they both have to go through the clam. And make sure that they're both on there. Yes. Now here's going to be the hard part. You're going to run both of these, all 4 of these. It'll be 4 going through that crimp. First the 2. Make sure, okay, we got both of those. And then when you come around, you're going to run both of those through there again. Well, I hadn't pulled it right back out. Did you see that? Try again. Wonder if I even nose up. Now I want to pull this all the way down. See that loop? But I'm pulling the one that's coming out of here to seat that all the way down in there. And this is where I have to use my thumbnail to hold that while I pull this. There cannot be any play. If you wish to pull them one at a time, I guess you could. And then the second one. Did it. You see that? How they both sit down in there? Okay. Now let's get our flat nose pliers and we want to crimp this. Then come back in on the side and squeeze the bejesus out of it like that. That is not going to come out of there. Okay, let's cut both of those with the flush cutters. We want to get them as close as we can. Make sure that's turned properly and close with the flush cutters and those. I hope all this is in. I can't really tell if it is or not, but I am doing the best I can. Here we go. Grab your ring. I use a ring because I'm not tearing up my nails like I did before. And this just makes it so easier. You can also use it to close, but my pliers does that. Oh, I didn't need to close that yet. So now it brings me to which of these do I choose to use? I think since it's green, I am going to use the Tree of Life. Yeah. Because green is growth. Okay. So there is, let me move this. Yeah, and I'm going to place it right on green so you can see it. Well, I hope you can. So this is the original, and this is the new. This is the new design. I will still create both, but this can't be worn as a bracelet, but it can be worn and held when meditating. It sure can. And it is absolutely beautiful. Myself, I like rubbing them between my hands. I like working down them. I guess you could hear. You would start here, go all the way down, and come back to here. That would work if that is your way. But it would be 27 affirmations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 27 affirmations, 21 affirmations. So I want to show this one more time, if I can, since I've got a couple out here. I'll just set this right over those. Close, please. So when you put on your crimp, open it up and push it down in there. But I'm going to use this since I'm going to cut this off. So you see these beads already on there? I'm just going to slide that down all the way to those beads. Now let me cut this a little bit to make it shorter. I don't need it that long. But then when I go to add the crimp, I'm going to put the crimp on, and this is after. Then I'm going to come down, wrap it around my finger, and go back up through that crimp again. As such, let me show you. You see that? Now this string here is going to be to this, and that's what I want to pull. I'm going to pull it until that sets all the way down inside there. Then I'm going to hold it with my thumbnail. I'm going to take my pliers and pull the shorter one and just pull it. Then when it comes out, then I'm going to clip it and crimp it good. Then I take my flush cutters and cut, fold over, and then that's when I use these. I go in and see how that's offline there? These will line it right back up. And that is how I do my crimps. And then this is the beautiful. I have enough beads left of those that I can create one of these. And that's what I'll probably do. But right now, here is the new design of my affirmation meditation beads. These will probably be listed on Etsy, and I'll also be making some to put into my stores, as I've already have these ones in my store. So there you go. Hey, thank you for joining me. If you will, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and notify onto the video. No matter where you are, what you're going through, please hold on. Tomorrow's a brand new day, and we all get to begin again. With that being said, my beautiful friends, stay forever magical and blessed be.